Honestly, sa Philippines, wala tayong financial education. Marami sa atin sa scam. We're all, number one, intimidated with the word investment. Hindi nyo kailangan may 100,000 pesos, 200,000 to start investing.
Ang mga Pinoy ay madiskarte. We're known to be resilient, and we all strive for a better future. Pero pag pera ang usapan, madalas tahimik na lang. Pero bakit kailangan ganun kung marami naman tayong pwedeng matutunan sa isa't isa? Wealth can mean many things. For some, it's peace of mind. For others, it's time, freedom, or legacy. But one thing's for sure, everyone deserves a shot at creating their own definition of wealth. You could do it alone, but you don't have to. Tara, bonding tayo ngayon. Dito, we will share with you a wealth of stories from our guests who've made bold moves to everyone like you who's just getting started. This is where real journeys meet real lessons. Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Kaibigan, tara, banding tayo. Pero alam mo ba, karamihan po sa atin iniisip, di ako yayaman, wala akong pang-invest. So, what do? We wait, we delay. Hanggang sa dumating yung point na wala na tayong naipon. Pero eto, si Sam YG, at 23 years old, nag-invest ng di kalakihan. Hindi siya milyonaryo noon. Noon ha? Wow. Hindi siya milyonaryo noon. Pero smart yung move niya. Hindi siya nag-overthink. Kasi normally, that's our enemy. It holds us back. Yun yung pumipigil sa atin. And today, he's here to share how he did it. Paano siya nag-grow financially. Gawin natin itong inspirasyon kung paano ka rin makakapagsimula kahit sa maliit lamang na puhunan. Hindi po ito kwento ng swerte. Ito ang kwento ng diskarte. Kaya huwag kang bibitaw, kaibigan, tara, mag-bonding tayo tungkol dito. Sam, maraming salamat.
Thank you, Tito Boy, for having me. Excited naman pag-bonding sa'yo.
At kasama ho natin si Dayan, Randall Johnson, an old friend actually. Maraming salamat. Exciting ho ang aming pag-uusapan. Pero umpisa tayo kay Sam. Noon, hindi ka pa milyonaryo.
Mga last year.
Pero simulan natin dito.
Well, everybody starts somewhere naman.
No, but I like that. I mean, that in itself, di ba, Randall, is really inspiring. You've come across a lot of stories na talagang nagsimula sa maliit. Ika nga. Okay, Sam, 23 ka noon, 23 years old, and now you're 25, okay?
Wow.
Ganon? Kasi ganon tayo?
12,000 lamang ang meron ka. Pero nag-invest ka kaagad. Paano nangyari yun?
Tito Boy, I started working actually nung college ako. No? So I was 19 years old. Naging working student ako as a DJ. So I was starting to make a little money. And yun nga, when I had, siyempre, unang sweldo mo, ibigay mo sa parents mo yun, di ba? Parang payback mo, di ba? Na thank you for my education. So finally, started getting hosting gigs. Aside from my radio salary, may mapapasa na konting gigs. Tapos, I think, yun yung, nung may mga 12,000 na ako, sabi ko, well, one thing that my parents also taught me is, if you have, you know, you have money, you have little something, or a little money to spare, invest it. Huwag ka munang bumili ng mga mamahaling relo, bag, darating yan. Unahin mo yung investment, and from there, make your money grow, and trust me, at a certain age in life, you'd be able to buy whatever you want, maybe times 5, times 10.
Okay. I just want to ask Dayan and Randall, do you remember what you were doing in college?
Ako din, I was doing mga extra income. Sobrang kumita. I mean, kasi the bound was never enough. So I learned to be a little bit more entrepreneurial. So a little bit here, a little bit of there. So kumikita ng extra money. So yun something. Pero
He learned it from his parents. Saan
I
mo
learned
natutunan?
also, I came
your
from a
parents?
family of business people.
Okay.
Tito Boy, share ko lang, baka hindi nyo napansin. No, aside from my parents, medyo Indian ako, no? So nasa dugo ko talaga yung entrepreneur.
Pagbi-business.
No, nasa dugo ko yan. Pinanganak ako ganito na.
Ikaw, Dayan, do you remember?
Yes, Tito Boy. I was in college. I was already in showbiz. And I vividly remember, you were a big part of my hosting journey. So
Thank
I started with Studio 23, Was Up, Was Up. So dun ko nakita talaga yung passion ko talaga to work really hard. You know, kasi tama si Tito Randall, kailangan mo ng extra for your baon. Yung time na yun, yung pa yung focus ko. And I was also competing kasi, inter-school dance competition. So, nag-iipon ako for my training, for my dance training.
Ayun, pasasayuin ko sana, pero mamaya na.
Mamaya na, oh.
Okay? I had Roger on my show the other day. Pero the story about the condo, tell us that story.
Okay, Tito Boy, yung condo story, so ito na, may konting savings na ako, no? Iniisip ko, paano ako mag-i-invest?
Okay.
And then, swerte tayo sa Pilipinas, no? Na kahit college, pinapatira pa tayo ng mga parents natin sa bahay natin. Aminin natin, di ba?
Correct.
In other countries, when you get to 18, you're out of the house. Study by yourself, pay your tuition. So ako, may allowance pa nun, no? I was still in college. I was doing my rackets, my hosting gigs. Tinatabi ko lahat ng pera until one time, bumili akong condo na pre-selling kasi zero interest pa nun, no? And it was almost built at that time, pero there were still a few units na pre-selling. So binili ko siya, and then, nung gawa na, instead na gumawa ng bachelor's pad, na dream ng lahat ng lalaki na, okay, may sarili na akong pad, alam mo yon? Eto na, let the good times roll. Diba? Ang ginawa ko, nirenovate ko, pinarent ko.
Wow! Yun ang magaling. Na-in love ka na noon, hindi pa?
Hindi pa. I was single for 11 years, kaya okay lang. Okay lang. So I lived with my mom, got that condo, renovated it to make it really nice, and then, so I paid with what I could, got a loan, so eventually it was paying for itself. Kasi
Ganda.
may nag-rent.
Correct.
Oo. Noon pa lamang ay nakafocus ka na on preserving and growing the capital that you had at that time. Sabi mo nga, di ba? At I agree, di ba? You agree, Randall
Yes.
and Dayan. Even small amounts, kaibigan, can get you going to achieve financial success as long as you put your money on the right places. You just have to make smart money move. Ika nga nila. Sam, ano pa bukod sa real estate ang in-explore mo na investments at that time?
Hindi pa ako high-risk taker personally at that time. Kasi nga I was still paying for the condo. So ako, gusto ko sana, I get interest pa rin, pero hindi pa ako ready mag super risky mga instruments na kailangan bantayan araw-araw yung galaw. So, I decided to go into bonds because, well, some of them are government-backed. Kaya medyo, for me, I felt safe investing in that.
Pero Randy, Dayan, karamihan naman talaga, di ba, naririnig ko ang mga kwento, we're not risque as people pag pinag-uusapan ng negosyo. I mean, let's go to your personal stories. Sabi nga ni Sam, at that point in his life, hindi siya mapusok, ika nga. Natural yun, no?
Normal yan, lalo na sa Pilipino. Kasi kulang din sa kaalamanan. And of course, ayaw mo naman mag-risk talaga, di ba?
Natatakot ka di ba?
Mahirap tayo ng pera. So medyo, you don't wanna, ayaw mo siya i-risk.
Okay.
Tsaka Tito Boy, pag hard-earned money mo, takot na takot ka eh. So tayo mga Filipinos, usually conservative tayo. And yung lack of knowledge din, when it comes to finances, yun din, isa pa yun sa kulang. Kasi marami rin ako na-meet ng mga overseas Filipino workers. Sayang yung mga hard-earned money nila para mas lumago pa. Yun yung minsan kulang pagdating dito sa ganitong kind of business.
Tsaka Tito Boy, add ko lang hindi lang ako ganyan sa money. Kahit sa feelings ko. Pag nag-invest kasi ako, tapos nasaktan lang ako, sa high risk, wag na lang. Kaya
Sa
doon
low risk ka
sa
na,
low risk ako
oo.
mag-i-invest, girl.
Napahawak naman ako dito sa upuan.
Kung mukha kang safe, investan kita, girl.
Ikaw yata yung high risk.
Hindi. Pero ngayon kilala ka as a host, as, in the business. Nakita kami nito just, a couple of weeks ago sa isang racket. You are, when a host is needed, you call on Sam. Pero ngayon, entrepreneur ka na rin. Paano mo nagawa, Sam, yung transition?
Alam mo, Tito Boy, for me, number one, even if it's hosting, for me, I treat hosting as a business. Well, at one point in my career, I decided this is the thing that gives me fulfillment. I want to do this for as long as I can. So I have to treat it like a business. Hindi to racket for me.
Okay.
No? So what I did, I sat down, I looked at what I was doing and how can I grow it properly as a business. So I looked at the strategies, how do you market yourself, how, siyempre, you have to market yourself, you have to look at your growth, where do you want to be in 3 years, where do you want to be in 5 years. Meron ka rin goals. Hindi yung parang, okay, may racket ako ngayon, next week kaya may racket din ako. Anong klaseng host ka na in 5 years? Did you grow? Did you improve? All these things. So for me, that in itself is a business. I also dabbled, like we mentioned kanina sa condos, nag-dabble din ako dyan. I actually met Randall a couple of years back, to another investment opportunity. So I also did restaurants. I invested, in certain restaurants. So there were a bunch of things that you learn from different
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
Different investments would give you different lessons. So doon ako siguro natuto.
Oo, magalaw. In other words, ang magalaw in a good way.
Thank you. God bless. God bless. God bless.
You won't know until you try. So,
I'm sorry, Randall.
you won't know until you try. So, part talaga, part
Tama.
of the journey.
Oo, you have to, parang acting lang yan. Di ba?
Yes. Tsaka dapat huwag ka matakot in trying new things.
Right.
Sometimes you just need to start. Diba? Even if it's small, you just need to start and take action.
Tsaka, alam mo, ang swerte na nga ng generation ngayon, sinasabi nila yon, di ba? Kasi may mga tech platforms na gaya ng
Well, PDAX.
PDAX.
So with PDAX, kahit 500 lang, no? Pwede ka na mag-invest.
500 pesos.
Pesos. Yeah.
Oo.
You
Okay.
can start your investment journey. So for me, it also plays a big role in investing.
Okay. Kanina, you started to talk about pwede ka mag-invest sa government bonds. Fixed returns, mababa ang risk. Sa aking pananaw, perfect ito kung maliit lang ang kapital mo. Lalo na sa mga kaibigan natin, nag-uumpisa. Tulad nung nagsimula si Sam, I mean, that's a very, very clear story. Tapos gusto mo masimulan ang pag-invest, tapos syempre, at this stage, takot tayo ng risk. Marami sa atin ang natatakot talaga. Naisip ko ito kung freelance professional ka or ordinaryong empleyado. This is what I would explore and consider. Tama, Sam?
I think you're correct in saying that, Tito Boy. Kasi tama rin sinabi ni Dayan and Randall. As Filipinos, minsan it gets overwhelming. Honestly, sa Philippines, wala tayong financial education. 'Di ba? Meron tayong accounting sa college, sa high school, meron tayong finance, pero nobody teaches us what to do with our money once we start earning. So sometimes we're overwhelmed with so many things you see on the internet na, ay, okay daw to, 'di ba? At one point, yung mga NFT sumikat. We were talking about that kanina, 'di ba? And I understand how for an individual, it can get overwhelming. Where do you start? Do you even have enough money to start? Doon pala, ay, hindi ko kaya yan. Wala naman akong pere. But I realized, when I got on PDAX na 500 pesos lang, you can actually start investing. And that was such a big eye-opener for me. Doon ko na nakwento rin sa mga kaibigan ko na, guys, hindi nyo kailangan may 100,000 pesos, 200,000 to start investing.
Correct.
You can invest with, a minimum amount and actually get better returns. So that was for me. And
No, I want to talk about this kasi yung government bonds, what do you want to say about it?
For me, the government bonds are very safe. At least in my opinion. I find them very safe kasi technically the government has to pay you. I also dabbled into stocks at one point na kinakabahan talaga ako. Every day, yung gising ko parang, okay, after
Kamusta
one
na
week,
kaya,
kamusta na kaya? Tumataas ba? Bumababa? Minsan, hindi gumagalaw.
Correct.
Tapos, oh my God, bumaba, sayang pera ko. So, there's that for people who like that. No, I think it's risk appetite. Wherever you are in life, you have a certain risk appetite. So, I guess you have a lot to invest, then medyo mas malaki yung risk appetite mo. Ako personally, as mentioned, medyo low risk type of person ako. So, doon ako sa bonds.
Hindi lang sa pera, di ba? Pati sa
Sa
pag-ibig
feelings.
daw. So, you're talking basically about isang strategiya. Bakit bonds?
Personally. Kasi, number one, sa PDAX nga, it was easy for me to get bonds kasi it was an app. Tapos online lang, 500 lang. I can already start, getting my bonds. Tapos, it was yung malaking factor sa akin yung safety.
Yes.
Yung
Okay.
low risk. That was such a big factor for me kasi I can't afford to lose money. So I wanted something safe but still something that would give me good returns.
Oo.
Para hindi mawala. Kasi may babayaran pa ako end of the month eh. Diba? Hindi naman pwede yung pambayad ko mawala or mabawasan. So kailangan intact yan but still hopefully earning a little bit more. so I could eventually pay off what I was paying for.
Katulad ng sabi mo nga kanina, Dayan, pag pinaghirapan lalo na, di ba?
Yes, hard-earned money.
Right. Aalagaan mo talaga. So what I'm hearing, basically, Sam, is that kahit po OFW kayo, o di kaya may-ari ka ng sari-sari store, o di kaya estudyante ka, pwede ka na mag-invest. Kasi dati pag sinasabi mong invest, kailangan malaki ang pera.
Ang mayaman lang.
Di ba? Parang, ang yaman mo naman, may investment ka. So, bali ang sinasabi natin dito, financial inclusion. Tama ba?
Correct. I think this is where we're at an age yun nga, like na-mention natin kanina dito, Boy, na ano na digital na lahat Wala na tayong excuse not to know. 'Di ba? Kung meron kang hindi alam, pwede ka na mag-research. 'Di ba? And I'm gonna talk a bit about savings and investing, 'di ba? You can save and save and save, pero sa inflation, 'di ba? Yung dating 100 pesos mo, 6 na tilapia na bibili. Ngayon, yung 100 pesos mo, siguro 2 tilapia na lang 'yan. Talo ka pa.
Oo.
Napaka-Bombay magsalita. No, sinasabi ko lang, no? So for me, parang I want to hold the value of my 100 pesos, no? And I have no excuse not to learn, not to research on how I can invest. I know invest can sound intimidating for people, especially if feeling mo it's a big word, it's only pang mayaman. It's not. It's not. Yeah, we have to accept and learn that investing is for everyone.
And of course, if I may add, Sam, no, kasi syempre, we're not getting any younger also. You also want your money to work for you through investments. Kasi syempre, hindi naman forever malakas tayo, Tito Boy, nakakakayod tayo ng trabaho. So maganda na you get passive income through that investment.
And this is a kind of an investment na accessible. Ito yung pinakagusto ko dito. With your story, accessible sa lahat. Estudyante, sabi ko nga kanina, OFW ka, o di kaya hindi na yung, ay ayoko, wala naman akong pera. Because you're basically saying, with 500 pesos, you can actually be an investor.
Yes.
Pero dahil nag-i-invest tayo, let's do fast talk.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. Sam, first investment,
Condo. 12,000 pesos.
stocks or bonds?
Bonds. Sa akin kasi, well, like I said, no, medyo I feel safe. I want
Okay.
a low risk,
Save or spend?
Save. Ginawa ko na yan dati. Save muna.
Okay.
Spend pag meron na.
Biggest money mistake?
I think starting late.
Financial goal before 45?
Multiple income streams. Gusto ko parang marami ka ng eggs, marami na rin basket.
So you're not loyal?
Oh, hindi.
Joke! That's a joke. Joke, okay? Money tip you swear by?
I think sinabi ni Dan, make your money work for you.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise.
Wow.
Kala nyo, no? Sunset.
Black or white?
Black.
If you have a third eye, saan mo ilalagay at bakit?
Ilalagay ko sa ilong ko.
Dahil?
Matangos kaya mag-telescopic vision.
Oo, di ba? Is that lights on or lights off?
Lights off.
Sex or chocolates?
Sex.
Best time for love and sex?
Before going to sleep.
Talagang napaka-eksakto. Sam, meron tayong mga katanungan mula sa ating mga kabanding na kailangan sagutin mo. Narito po ang una nating katanungan mula kay Pia. Sam, paano ka nag-budget nung nagsisimula ka pa lamang sa hosting?
Okay.
Importanteng tanong yan, ha?
Ang style ko kasi dyan, no, I read this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, no? And I think it changed my life. Kasi ang style ko dati, let's say, binayaran ko 2,000 for a hosting gig. Gagastusin ko dyan 1,500. Titira ko yung 500 para ma-save. Ang nabasa ko, when I learned this, it should be the other way around. No? Put aside or invest, no? Even better if you can invest the 1,500 and learn to live with the salary or whatever you have for yourself, the 500, kunyari, no? Learn to live with that. Yun muna, for now. It will change down the road. But when you're starting out, learn to live the other way around. Give yourself a salary, no, from whatever you get. May salary ka lang, yan yung pang-gimmick mo, gusto mong kumain sa labas, whatever. Pero yun yung budget mo. Kung let's say 500 pesos, pili ka ng restaurant na pasok doon. Huwag mo muna gastusin yung iba. And then save that para eventually, no, when the money you've invested grows, no, then you actually have more to spend and more to enjoy.
At ang nakakaganda, katulad ng sinabi mo kanina, with 500, you can invest.
With PDAX, that's
With
what
PDAX, no? That's really interesting. At nais ko yan maitawid sa ating mga kabanding. That's a very, very important message.
I think they really opened up investing to everyone.
Right.
So, kung hindi ka mag-invest, parang hindi mo na pwedeng sabihin na, wala akong alam dyan o wala akong access dyan Hindi na pwedeng excuse yun.
It's right there.
It is right there.
Okay.
It's 500 pesos.
Okay. Mula naman kay Iya, Sam, okay lang ba mag-invest kahit hindi ko pa gets ang terms sa finances or investments?
I think you have to do your research also. It's very important. Like I said, there are so many things you can invest in. No? Even restaurant is an investment. House is an investment. Condo is an investment. Ang dami pwede pag-investan. No? Bonds, it's a form of investment. Do your research. Ano ba ang bond? Diba? Bakit mo pinapasok yan? So it's important to also, bago mo pasukin, lalo na marami mga Filipino sa scam. Marami sa atin sa scam. Bakit? Kasi inisip natin yung pera, you'll get ×2 of your money. Hindi mo inaaral, paano ka magkaka-×2 ng pera? Lalabas mo lang agad pera mo because you want the money fast. Know what you're getting into. Lalo na if it's hard-earned money. Like you said, Dayan, pinaghihirap mo pera mo.
Correct.
Tapos, syempre lahat naman tayo kasi lumaki yung pera. But for me, I always have that at the back of my head. And this is my personal opinion. If it sounds too good to be true, there might be something wrong with it.
Agree.
Yes.
Talagang agree. Is that right? It makes a lot of
It's so
sense,
good
no?
to be, stay away. Actually, ano dyan, stay away.
Oh, stay away na nga. Oh, mas malala pa.
Tama. Yung parang sobrang, ang ganda naman ito, di ba?
Double
Kasi
your money in
kadalasan-
2 months. Oh, di ba? Parang,
Hindi lang. Meron pang triple, quadruple. Di ba may mga ganung offers? So pag if it's too good to be true, mag-ingat ka.
then even stay away.
Ganda.
Even better,
Oo.
stay away.
But with 500 pesos today, you can invest on PDAX.
Yeah, and it's invest safely. With sleeping well at night. Hindi importante, hindi ka nag-invest ng, let's say, ng 10,000, 500, 1,000 mo sa gabi. Oh my God, hindi ako makatulog. Hindi ako makatulog, baka bukas wala na to.
Okay.
And you don't want to be in that situation.
Narito pa rin po ang isang katanungan mula sa isang kabonding natin. Krisha, Sam, I love you. Hindi, joke lang. Sam, paano mo pinipigilan ang sarili mo sa gastos? Lalo na pag may bagong gadget or sneakers.
Mag-asawa ka, wala ka pang gastos. Hindi, joke lang. Nako, hindi, sa akin, discipline Nothing beats discipline. I think we all can safely say that you can want something, a new car, a new watch, a new bag, whatever material thing that is, no? But this is what I call delayed gratification. No? Pwede mo naman makuha lahat at the right time. And the timing will depend on you. Do you want to get it today? Or if I say na, let's say, gusto mo yung bagong Air Jordan. Diba? Do you want to get it today? Or can I tell you na, sige, invest mo muna. In 3 years, 3 Air Jordan mabibili mo.
Oh.
The choice is yours. You can get yours today, your Air Jordan, but in 3 years, pwedeng 3 ganyan. Now, I cannot decide that for you. If you want to get it now, if you want to get 3 years later and get 3 pairs, that would be where discipline comes in and your goals come in. Ano ba ang goal?
Oo, tama. At saka pag pinag-uusapan din yung delayed gratification. One time, tinanong ko ng pamangkin ko noon Tito, why should I delay my gratification? Because instant gratification doesn't last. I mean, sa karamihan ng bagay.
Love na ba? Oo.
Papunta na doon.
Kaya minsan, nung kami ng asawa, first kiss dapat kami, sabi ko, wag muna. I-delay natin to. gusto ko, pag first kiss tayo,
Iba na yun. Narito pang isang tanong mula naman kay Renzo. Sam, paano mo na-maintain ang financial discipline kahit irregular ang income mo?
Sa akin, I think it actually helps us, like me and I can speak for Diana also, is mas careful tayo. Kasi alam natin regular income natin.
Yes, very unstable.
Tama. Hindi. Lahat tayo. Lalo na sa entertainment business.
Correct.
That's true.
So I think we're a bit more careful no, with our money. That's why I guess sa akin mas low risk ako compared to some people who would prefer, high risk investments. Tayo, especially when I was starting out, hindi mo alam if today meron kang hosting gig, next week ba meron
Wala
pa rin?
ng project.
Or in 2 years, 3 years, meron pa rin ba? The pandemic happened. Diba? Anong una tinanggal? Mass gatherings, hosting. Ano ang last na binalik? Mass gathering, hosting. Tayo yung nawalan ng trabaho, tayo yung last na binalik. So, I think having that mindset helped me with my discipline. Na, you don't know what's gonna happen next, so make sure you have something, put aside for that.
Okay. Sam, mamaya pag kinakausap ko si Diane saka si Randall, kasama ka pa rin sa pag-uusap.
Of course.
Delayed gratification lamang yon. Pero at this point, ano ang iyong mensahe sa mga kababayan natin, sa mga Pilipino na gusto nang ayusin? People want to fix their financial future. Your message for them?
I think we're all, number one, intimidated with the word investment. No? Number one, wag tayo matakot. Anybody can invest. No? Especially with PDAX. PDAX is there. 500 pesos, you can already start investing in bonds that are, for me, I feel they're relatively safe, backed by the government. Make your money work for you. Be smart about your money. Pinaghirapan mo yan. Di ba? Pinagtrabahuhan mo yan. So, it deserves that honor and respect also that you put into getting it. So, make it work for you. And I think discipline is also very important na pinag-usapan natin. We touched on that earlier. Sometimes delaying gratification could lead to bigger, greater things. So discipline and invest.
Maraming salamat, Sam.
Thank you, Tito Boy.
Maraming salamat. At sa mga kabanding po natin, access bonds on PDAX on the PDAX app and start your journey today. Hindi mo kailangan ng milyon para magsimula. Kailangan mo lang ng intensyon at diskarte. To make your next money move, download PDAX to access bonds on PDAX.